just watched the movie Deadpool and I really enjoyed it. And I saw a lot of symbol, like since I started my journey as an artist, I start to study more symbol because I want to create story with my art. And now it's bringing me to a journey that is really, really, really interesting. I was into that in the past, but now, no, right. I love story. I love history. I love reading book, and I love I'm really rational, but about spirituality, I love to know the knowledge and discover it. So yeah, I went to some class and the explanation, and I love to learn. So yeah, and now I'm really getting deep and learning a lot of knowledge and reading a lot and watching a lot, and it's really, really interesting. So for the movie Deadpool, it's really interesting because I see a lot of, well, of course, he's really like in front saying like he's Jesus. He have his 12 disciples. So it's really clear about it. It's really like no doubt about it. And it's really funny. But you can see also if you go to another step, so Wolverine is in yellow. Yellow is Jesus. Deadpool is red. So red will represent the other side. So yeah, it's Jesus, but is it like a black red Jesus, like so if we go to ancient Egypt to go a little bit deeper, so probably Wolverine will be Osiris in yellow, and Set will be Deadpool will be Set for the color. Or if we go to Greek, Wolverine will be Zeus and Deadpool will be maybe Hades. I don't know. I didn't talk too much about it, but it will be another god, but they are brother, they are like together. And it's really interesting because they said like, oh, it will have some spoiler, guys. So at the end he said like they were supposed to dematerialize and disappear, but he was like, no, because we're two, we were able to be together. But I was like, first I was like, oh yeah, it's interesting, like the power of two, blah blah blah, a duo. But after I was like, they were not two, they were three with Cassandra. There were three. So the Trinity, the God, the Father, and the Son, the Mother, the Father, the Son, the Trinity. So I was like, and also the three of them are in cross, like they're like when they're holding the energy. So I was like, oh, it's like the scene of Jesus when he was on the when he was dying on the cross. He had someone in his left, someone in his right, and Wolverine and him didn't die, but Cassandra died. And it's like, well, she was sacrificed. Like with her sacrifice, they were able to stay alive. And it's feminine and masculine too. It's so interesting. It's feminine and masculine. And also if you go to mythology, because all those hero and everything is based on ancient religion, mythology. It's really funny. That's why I love it too. When I was a kid, when I realized that mythology and the story they were telling us, and the religion, all was connected. I was like so curious about it. So yeah, so you know, Cassandra, she has the twin that is the professor. So after the movie, I was like, well, during the movie, I was like, Cassandra, Cassandra, it's a name from the mythology. It's a name from the mythology. It's like, but I didn't remember the story. And what it is, it's all connected. So the story of Cassandra, it's, I think she was a princess. Apollo loved her and was into her. And because of that, he gave her the gift to see the future. And the way they said, it's like they have an exchange, so probably like love or whatever, sexual fever. It's not clear in the, I looking on Wikipedia, but in my interpretation, like exchange of energy, let's say. And after she refused to continue that exchange, and he was so mad, Apollo, and by the way, Apollo is the sun god, like the sun, sun. So he was really mad, and he cursed her that she will see the future, but no one will believe her. And I was like, and Cassandra in the Marvel got cursed, like, you know, like she didn't have, she got out of the womb of her mom, and poof, they put her right away in that land. So it was really, really quick for her to be cursed. And maybe, and I was like, well, she didn't talk about it. She doesn't talk about like being cursed. Well, she's cursed, but she doesn't talk about seeing the future or whatever. But it's like, well, why did she want to merge everything? Yeah, she said why, but at the same time, it's like, did she say that because she could see the future, but she said she know that no one will believe her? Or is it that, yeah, why did she want to merge? And like, and it's also like the twist of who's the bad guy and who's is the good guy, like in the TV show The Boys. You know, it's like, oh yeah, the heroes are the good guy, and at the end it's like, no, they're the bad guy, and the bad guy are the good guy. So it's like, who's good, who's bad, we don't know. And also in the TV show Lucky, we're realizing like the person, spoiler, but the person who managed it is not who we thought. And it's like, oh, and I just got oh, maybe she's connecting with him too. I just had a haha moment, and that's so cool with the symbolism. And what else? And also the dog. Oh yeah, the dog. If we think about like mythology, and the dog is representation of Sirius, but it's also the representation of Cerber, who's like from the underworld. Is the representation in Egypt of like, what is the name of that god? Is it Set? I think Set is kind of a dog in the underworld, and they were in the underworld. So and he had a form of a cute puppy. But yeah. And also, oh my god, I just thought like, yeah, the dog is from the underworld, and it's like, why did he went to the underworld? Why the office, I don't know the name, but why the office wanted to put him in the underworld? What is his gift? What is, yeah, like, we don't know if like the awesome Deadpool, you know, the one with the long hair and everything, we don't know if he had it before, or in the underworld. I just thought of it. So yeah, and also, guys, it will be spoiler, so you better have watch it before looking that video. And what else? And by the way, it's a random video, like I didn't plan to do it, but I was just like, oh, it will be nice to talk about it. What else? Yeah, like he talked about the 12 disciples. Let me think. Yeah, Cassandra have a ship. Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, for the awesome guy. You know, I find it was interesting because the Deadpools kill him, but it's like, first I was like, oh, he's like really high, elevated, like spiritually elevated, but he also said like, oh no, I didn't want to like touch that beautiful face. So at first I thought that he was a Jesus figure, you know, because he was nice. He had a girlfriend. I don't know if it's a wife. He had a baby on the way. But now I'm like, well, is it what they said, you know, like the words? And anyway, so he has a baby on the way. So he looked really amazing, really perfect, and really like the best version of Deadpool. But also he was like, no, I don't fight, I don't do that. So he doesn't want to save the world. He's not into that. He's scared to hit himself. So he's really like in a safe box, comfort box. He was never able to discover himself. He was never able to be in a challenge. And he's just in La La Land. He just the kind. But he have the golden gun. So what the golden gun mean? He touched something. But the golden gun was in his wrist. Is it the solar plexus? The representation of the solar plexus that it's yellow? Because he's really connect to everyone and he's really help everyone, but he doesn't sacrifice himself. Well, he did. So, and yeah, and he doesn't generate himself, but because he didn't went through a hard thing, he was the only one who was not generating himself. That he didn't went to hard path like the others. So he was not there to fight. Like, you know, like you will develop a personality. You will develop yourself when you are when you're able, you will develop a certain personality because of certain event that was in your life. So yeah, so, and it's interesting because the Deadpool, the main one, hold him and he's like, you won't die, and he's like, I won't die. He died, but it's like his spirit won't die, maybe, like, because he's completely dead, like no chance, but he won't die. So I wonder, like, if it's like something more high, you know. And also it's like, you won't die because you're going to the star, you won't die because you're becoming a constellation, you're representing something, you know. And in the Greek mythology, when you're a hero and you die, the god will put you on the sky. Maybe a representation of that, I don't know. So yeah. And also, oh yeah, another realization I got is like about Peter. Peter the best friend. Like, they love him so much, all the Deadpool, you know, like when he arrived, they were like, Peter, 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 and they were like, he's like, they were like, oh, like, why everyone's stopping what they do, and they're like, we all have one Peter and we love him. And even though it was not their personal Peter, it was like it was their it just didn't matter, you know, because they just love him. And every superhero have one, you know. And I was like, well, he looked like more a representation of Jesus. Well, not Jesus, but like, oh no, not Jesus, the Father. Because, you know, we talk about, like I said earlier, like the Son, the Father, and the Spirit. And Will said Deadpool is the Son, Peter is the Father. Why I'm saying that? Because he's just like giving him guideline. Go, like, follow your path. Since in the beginning, he's like encouraging him, and he's like, follow your path and be good. And the real father of Deadpool, like, he's not. He didn't have a father figure that was amazing. Like, look what he did to him. But yeah, like, he really encouraging him until the end. So that's a father figure, even though they're in the same age. And when, like, Peter came, he was like in the middle of, like, when they arrive and they crash the car, he was so happy. Like, he was like, yes, you did it, yes. He was really believing in him. And also, thing that is really interesting is, like, at the end, I wonder what it is. Peter and that black woman, the boss, she's justice, you know. She, like, so she's like, justice, is she representing Libra, the balance, the balance? Is she representing the god Athena? Is it Athena? I think yes. Or is this or if we say, like, Peter is like the father, is she's the mother? I don't know. Yeah, but it was like, I'm really curious. Like, let me know what you think about that part, because I was like, what is this? Oh, also the scene with Deadpool and Wolverine in the car, I felt it was like the same story with Seth and Raw.